Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Exo Heroes video. Today we're going to be talking about the newly announced FC Jean, or Desperado Jean. So he's going to be part of the Blooming Someday Fatecore line, and as you can see here, he's coming out pretty soon. We've got his announcement banner up, so we'll go ahead, click on that, and take a look at his design, his changes, and ultimately, whether or not he's worth pulling for. Now before we get started, we just want to say a quick thank you to everyone that's been liking our videos and subscribing to our channel. We're very close to that 1,000 subscriber milestone, so that would be really big for us. If you enjoyed this video, at the end, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It would help us out a lot. And to those of you who have been following us for a while, thank you for your support. Now let's get right into it. So the first thing is, this Jean is from a parallel world of a new timeline where he wields violence to protect himself and his loved ones. Now the period is going to be after the update up till December 24th, so that's Christmas Eve, it's right before Christmas. And now we are going to keep scrolling down and take a look at his design, which, might I say, right off the bat here, I know that How and I have simped over FC Shell not too long ago, and we were saying she's the best designed Fatecore, she looks so good, Exo Heroes art team did a great job with her, and they just keep outdoing themselves every new Fatecore release, because Jean here looks amazing. I mean, his hairstyle is definitely a very K-pop, hip, East Asian boy hairstyle right now, and then beyond that, just looking at his outfit, right, he's got the black turtleneck vest, which is always hot, and the leather jacket with the fuzzy inside. Again, he's just really styling right now. He's got the tight pants with the, I don't know if all this up to his knees, is that all his boot? Or is it like he's stepping into something and then stepping into his boot? I'm not exactly sure. Either way, it looks really cool. His boots kind of look like Tim's, which is, just another shout out to that sort of hip-hop fashion style that I think they're going for here. And of course, his guns look amazing. They're very clean, very sleek, which is an aesthetic that I like personally. But enough about that, let's move on to his skills. Now, starting off with his passive, it's just Focus Fire. He has Focus Fire 1, so there's no additional mana generation or any extra bonuses here. Then, of course, he also has Dimensional Leap, which we'll go over this really quick. Mark increases dodge for self by 40 and attack by 1000 when attacked. All Dimensional Leap marks on self are removed after a successful dodge, and this stacks up to 4 times. Moving on to his A1 and A2, his A1 is 1 mana and deals 210 piercing damage to one enemy. Compared to his basic skill, there is a little bit of a damage increase here. I believe it starts at 140 and he got 70% extra damage to bring it up to 210, and both are piercing as well. Now his A2, 4 mana, and I believe this also got the same treatment, so it's 127% damage to all enemies, and damage over time, where it afflicts targets with burn, dealing 55% damage every turn for 3 turns. This is another numbers buff up from his base ability, where I believe the AoE deals around 80-something, 87% damage to all enemies, and the burn is around 33%. So he got numbers buffs for both the initial hit as well as the dot. And that's really all there is for the skill changes for Jean. We'll talk about these in detail a little bit later. So moving on, Desperado Jean is a black rated Fatecore. The probability of recruiting him is about 0.7%, which is pretty low, but that's okay because at 19 multi-pulls, you're guaranteed to get him at the end with Pity. Now moving on, as is the case with all Fatecores, he has an exclusive weapon chance increase. For him, it's going to be the Golden Slumber, which is his gun. And so right here we see all the stats for the gun. Again, I think this gun looks really nice, one of the better looking exclusive weapons for sure. But sadly, the rate for Golden Slumber is again 0.7%, and it's so hard and so expensive to get exclusive weapons that I can't recommend pulling for this. Now that we've gone over his announcement, let's go ahead and take a look at his skills and animations and see what he looks like in-game while we discuss. So the first thing I want to say about FC Jean is he seems kind of underwhelming, and this is not any fault of the people that designed his Fatecore. It's not anyone's fault other than really just the people that made Jean in the first place, because he's a rare hero. Looking at his base stats, there's some of the lowest base stats in the game. Even for a rare hero, they're very low. And so it feels like a little bit of a disservice to give him a Fatecore because you're kind of wasting that potential. I think he definitely fits in well with this Blooming Someday theme, but ultimately I think this great design and all these animations on his skills are going to go to waste because I can't see people really pulling on him because they want to use him. First of all, his A1, I just really don't see much potential here. It's a 1 mana skill, so you're not getting a lot of damage off Signature Force, and it's only 210% piercing damage. And given that defense in the current meta isn't super important for most people, then the piercing kind of goes to waste. Now his A2 is actually pretty solid. It's 4 mana, AoE, so you're getting a lot of damage out. It also comes with a dot, which can be useful in some situations. So overall, it's not a bad skill. My concern is just that base Jean is so underwhelming, his base stats are so low, he has no additional passives, and since he's a black rated Fatecore, he doesn't get any additional passives except for the Dimensional Leap, which all of them in this line will have. So there's really nothing to boost him up and make him significantly better than his base version. I mean, Dimensional Leap is very good, don't get me wrong, and they did buff the numbers on his skills a little bit, but I'm just not sure that's going to be enough to really make people want to pull him for him. I could see his value if you're a whale, or you're trying to make friends with people for core memory, to pull him and get him +3 or +5, so you could stack up that stat bonus, but that's really about it. There's just not much to talk about with him because his skills are pretty basic, his passive you only get Dimensional Leap, and I mean we've already covered that in the previous videos covering Blooming Someday, so sadly, despite how amazing Desperado Jean looks, we feel like he's not really going to get his chance in the limelight. Now, in case you guys haven't seen, there was the Blooming Someday Part 2 where they teased the 3 other heroes in this Fatecore line. Jean was one of them, and the other 2 were Ledger and Talia, and honestly, they both looked amazing. There was something I didn't really like about Ledger, we'll get to that when we cover her, but those 2 are definitely Blooming Someday Fatecores that I'm really looking forward to, I'm really hype about, and I think that this is really an opportunity for Line Games to bring Talia back into the meta, because she looks amazing and I hope that her kit matches. If you haven't seen Blooming Someday Part 2, we'll link that video in the description. It's from Line Games, so you can just go over to their channel and check it out. But we got a little bit sidetracked there. At the end of the day, our verdict is, if you have a bunch of Zest burning a hole in your pocket, and you're trying to spend it, go ahead and throw a couple pulls into FC Jean. If you get him, great. If you don't, that's fine too. He's definitely not a must pull, but like we said earlier, you could try your luck and try to pull him for core memory instead of actually using him on your team. That does it for this video, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. More Exo Heroes and Genshin Impact content on the way, so stay tuned and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.